reason for us to pit. Bobby knows how to drive in these slick conditions, so we're going to leave him out there. There's no reason to come in, and we think these clouds are going to pass over, and this is the advantage that we've been looking for. So far, Bobby Rahal, the quickest in the slickest conditions.
Well, we have the advantage of the EDS scoring system here with a computer that can give us all of those times, and maybe they should look again, because right now he is running a little behind what the rest of the leaders are capable of. He's running at 90 miles an hour, and Fittipaldi and Tracy are running 90, 91 miles an hour. Debris on the course. Tracy got into it. Should it be a problem?
No, I hope not, but it can cut these tires so easily. Now you can clearly see this is where it begins to rain. Look how shiny the surface is. But Paul Tracy did hit a piece of a front wing that was lying on the racetrack. We're going to have a good look at the car. You can see some damage on the left front wing of Tracy's car. We might get a good close-up look of that. I don't think it's too serious. You can just see a black mark on the left front wing of Tracy's car. Oh, he gets her sideways under power. There you can clearly see the carbon fiber pieces broken that Tracy must have hit earlier.
But if you're going to run over something, wouldn't you prefer to do it with the thicker tread on the rain tire?
Well, ideally you prefer to try and avoid it, but you come across this stuff so fast you can't avoid it. You can't actually change your line when it's such a greasy condition like that, because you can easily spin. There's our first look at Mike Groff being chased by Paul Tracy. Mike Groff, of course, in Rahal, the Rahal Hogan chassis. I thought he did a great job in qualifying, and in fact he said the car wasn't too bad. He actually qualified that 12th ahead of his team leader, Bobby Rahal.
He runs in 12th right now, with Paul Tracy closing in, trying to put him a lap down. Emerson Fittipaldi already has done so. So it's Fittipaldi, Tracy, Rahal, Mansell, Allenzer Jr., Mario Andretti, Robbie Gordon, Raul Boesel, Arie Luyendyk. And there's the story. Bobby Rahal continues to run on dry tires, having completed only a single stop. It should be a battle, and you'll see it here on ESPN. Keeping an eye on Emerson Fittipaldi, the leader of the run, followed by his teammate Paul Tracy, but Tracy is a full 20 seconds behind. What about Bobby Rahal, Jan Beekes?
Well, he waited as long as he could. As we've talked about, it's raining harder and harder. Bobby Rahal has finally made the decision to pit. The team has rolled out. The tires are waiting. They're talking to him as he's coming down. We'll see him shortly. Yes, we see him in the pit lane now. He's making his way down. This is difficult too. Remember, you're on a very slick surface. He throws off a tear-off. He's on his way in. Very slow for dry standards, but that's about as quick as you can go on slicks in the rain. Stops it. Ooh, the vent man was a little late there getting the fuel on. Now, also remember, this is not lap 67. What that means is they did not make their window. Rahal will have to make one more stop, and he's away.
Scott Goodyear cut through the carousel corner and has a flat right rear tire.
And it's wet tires, so he better hope. What he needs to do now is go slow enough that he doesn't disintegrate that right rear tire before he gets back to the pit lane and cause some body or suspension damage. So he needs to go fast enough not to lose too much time and slow enough not to break something.
And look at now how it pulls the left front off the ground because of the flat right rear.
Of course, yeah, the cars are so stiffly sprung. Oh, look, he locks up that rear tire because there's so little grip, because there's no air in that. He locks it up. But the car literally sits down on that right rear side, lifting the left front off the ground sometimes.
Scott Goodyear was running in 12th place prior to this problem, which is going to put him well back. So Bobby Rahal has joined everyone else on the rain tires. When he came out of the pits, Willie T. Ribbs exceeded the 80-mile-an-hour speed limit. They had him clocked at 90, so they brought him in and out for a stop-and-go penalty, and he is back out now running in 15th place. At the front of the field, it is still Emerson Fittipaldi, Paul Tracy, and Nigel Mansell, though there is a fairly substantial separation between those. So let's go down pit side once again, and Gary Gerould.
An apparent problem for Arie Luyendyk. Yes, it was a flat and destroyed, we see now, left rear tire. Badly cut up on the inside. We wondered why he came in, because he'd made the change to the rain tire, but he came in because the left rear apparently got cut down, and this is somewhat of a surprise because they just put a brand new rain on there just moments ago.
Lyondike running in 11th place now. Here comes Scott Goodyear after 10 seconds to get that new tire, Jan Vikas.
Yes, it was the exact same problem that Gary was describing that happened with Arie Luyendyk. There is a right rear tire here that is cut down, as you saw as you're watching him going around the course. So very similar problems for Scott Goodyear as well as for Arie Luyendyk, both with quick stops.
There you saw as they went into the carousel corner what may be some of the debris that is causing the problem here. Obviously, somebody doesn't have a front wing on the car, and we are going down through the field trying to find out whom that may be. Now, most of the wing, once it's detached, is fairly soft, but there's still some fasteners and upright material there that can be very sharp.
And it's a Penske front wing. So whose car has...
Soft, but there's still some fasteners and upright material there that can be very sharp.
And it's a Penske front wing. So whose car has that come off? That is a Penske front wing, I believe.
There's the answer. No,
it's not that one.
Not that one. So we look for Paul Tracy. Fittipaldi's obviously in good shape.
I do believe that Hall set decal is the one that's on the Penske front wings.
And
yay or nay?
No, that's good.
In fact, I think that's incorrect. They're actually Turbo Garrett, which you can just about read on Emerson. So let's look to see who has actually dropped that front wing off. And of course, it was at the chicane where too many cars get into too small an area sometimes.
So they get the noses together. As a matter of fact, most of the teams this morning brought out extra entire nose assemblies, which include the front wings on the car, just in case of such a confrontation. So whoever may have had that problem may, in fact, by this time already be back with a newly fitted nose and front wing assembly. Emerson Fittipaldi is the leader. Paul Tracy is second. Nigel Mansell third. Al Unser Jr. is fourth. In fifth is Bobby Rahal. Then Mario Andretti, Robbie Gordon, Raul Boesel, Danny Sullivan, and Mike Groffice. Take a look. Luyendyk off the course.
Struggling to get grip even in the dry. Now he's on wet weather tires. Sometimes when the rain comes, bad handling cars can actually turn out to be better in the rain than they are in the dry. But Luyendyk, as you can see clearly, struggling along the grass.
So Luyendyk, who was in and out of the pits with a cut tire, is now on and off the race course and back in the action. Continues to run in 11th place. Fittipaldi continues to be the leader. 60 laps are complete. Today's coverage of the Budweiser G.I. Joe 200 is brought to you by Toyo Tires. No matter what you drive, we've got you covered from H to Z. And by Budweiser. Fresh, pure, natural. Proud to be your bud. In the rain in the Budweiser G.I. Joe 200, Danny Sullivan off course. Now one of the volunteer course marshals here. Talking to him, Danny trying to tell him what he would like and whether or not he'd like to get back into the fight, and apparently he least wants the car pushed out of where it is, perhaps even back onto the racetrack. Sullivan was running in 10th place before his excursion off the course. 6 cars are on the lead lap together. Fittipaldi, Tracy Mansell, Al Unser Jr., Bobby Rahal, and Mario Andretti.
And we did see Sullivan running very slowly just a couple of minutes ago because we saw Fittipaldi blow by the inside. Same place as Sullivan went off. Robbie Gordon goes on the grass.
Robbie Gordon.
Did he keep it running? Yes, he did. The key is you have to keep the engine running when you get off on the grass, or else you are stuck there.
Robbie Gordon was in a battle with Raul Boesel that had just broken off just prior to this excursion off the course. But now, fortunately, because he did keep the motor running, kick the clutch in early, he is able to get back into the fight. For Danny Sullivan, it will be much harder because even if he can get a tow, then it's still going to be very slick underneath. We take a look at Boesel now, who does not fight for position, but picks up an advantage and really locks those tires up under the rain. And there you see some wing damage on the front left wing.
That's not the one that we're trying to identify that still lies out on the corner at the Festival Curves, but Boesel has obviously hit somebody. He has made contact with somebody.
Well, one indication is it could be a wing off of Willie T. Ribb's car. I'm sure Jan and Gary are running up and down every pit saying, you have all your wings with you?
You can see Boesel doesn't have all his. He's lost the end plate and he's lost a small winglet, which is on the outside of the front wing. And all that does, of course, is just give him a little bit less downforce. And in these conditions, maybe he'll miss it, maybe he won't.
Yeah, does it matter at all?
Yeah, just keep the thing straight and you're gonna get more benefit than you will just have the perfect amount of downforce.
As we watch Raul Boesel in the rain. Jan Beekes.
Well, Paul, he has a lot of World Sports Car Endurance Racing Championship experience. And when he was in Europe, he was known as the Rainmeister. He was the one who always had the very strong performances in the rain in that World Sports Car, what we know as GTP here. So Raul Boesel, very happy that it is, in fact, raining. Also, because they've really been chasing the setup here, this is the real equalizer.
Showing you how the speeds do change. Emerson Fittipaldi has been running laps at 88 miles an hour. Tracy has been up to 89 miles an hour. And at the same time, Boesel is running just a tick under 88 miles an hour. If you call the rain the equalizer, it certainly is, because there's only a mile an hour in speed difference that separates the first 9 cars on the course. Now a chance to watch another master in the rain, Nigel Mansell. Let's just ride with him for just a moment.
Driving in the rain requires a very delicate touch from the throttle. Just listen to how easy Mansell treats this car. See how gentle he is?